Return the slab! Hi, my name's Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you about staying in the past and what that'll do to you. If you didn't understand the joke from the beginning, first thing I open on TikTok is Return the Slab. If you're not familiar with it, it's from Courage the Cowardly Dog way back then. If you're a kid in that time period, you know what that actually, that's nostalgia. Even as a kid, I watch cartoons, but some crystals I get are so old and so relic-like. If you guys can hear, I'm just like, and some of them, this is like, this is black Tibetan quartz, like actual pure black Tibetan quartz. There's some others in here. I have just crystals in front of me. I don't. Moki stones, whole bunch of stuff here. Just fun facts before I get into this video topic, but. In today's video topic, I'm going to be talking to you about what staying in the past does. I've talked about this before, but I'm going to teach about this differently today. And yeah, I've updated my microphone quality because I found out the issue. It wasn't plugged in. It was using my microphone settings from my camera. But I would like you guys to understand the very specific topic and not looking back. It doesn't make you a bad person to only identify people as the present version of themselves. You really have to think about this. Past people, or people from your past, people from who are good in the past, will not always be the same people. Sometimes people in the past who are rotten people become better people. And yeah, people can change. Only through the grace of the Lord. People can change. People can become new people, or better people, or worse people. I've made analogies on this channel before saying you go up or down in life. You never stay the same. So when it comes to becoming a new person, you have to look at everyone not as a past version of themselves, because think about this. Let's use a good example is people from high school, because I don't want to say family or friends, because sometimes it's a little too, you won't understand it if it's someone who's close to you. So I have to be careful how I make that example. Someone from your past, from high school, let's just say your best friend from high school. That person goes their way in life, you go your way in life. You guys somehow reunite, which it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. It's usually not a good thing. People who I see usually from high school, at least most of them go down. Some of them go up, but most of them go down. If you're someone watching this channel and we went to high school together, then you're an exception because you're watching my channel, okay? But most people I've seen from high school just kind of slipped downwards. They don't really set goals. I went to a high school. I'm not going to say which high school because we're not answering security questions here, but it wasn't flourishing academically. Let's just say that. And people in my high school, occasionally throughout time, they'll hit me up randomly if they have my phone number. And the thing is, most people are like, okay, cool, I remember times we had in high school together versus, okay, whoever you were in the past is now a dead person. And if you don't believe that, go into the past and then pull up stuff from the past. Some people do. Some people live in the past and be like, well, we had these memories together, we had this childhood together. People change every second, every day, and in every single way. So you might have known that person, but they might have adopted new tendencies. Some that are favorable, some that are unfavorable. So even with people who are close to you, because I'm picking my wording very nicely, because I really do have to think about it. I'm like, how can I say this in a way that you guys can benefit from? Like, how can I say this in a way that you guys will truly understand? Because when you look at people, even the last time you saw someone, they're a different person. It's unfortunate to say that, but it will be protecting you guys in the future. Same thing applies to other content creators. You ever see people's content and then you come back to their content and you're like, this changed, but they have past videos of themselves and they're super good, and their videos are super good, so I'll assume their future videos are good too. Don't even do that with me, guys. Apply this rule with me, apply this with family, apply this to friends, apply this with everyone. Every single day you wake up is an actual miracle. because you just came back from the brink of death. You came back from unconsciousness. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. Now, that privilege that God gives us. God is very good when he allows us just to wake up. That's the first thing we give our gratitude for. But you have to understand, this, and like I said, this applies to everyone. Every second of when you know someone, they can either go upwards or downwards. Sometimes, because I've been super, super busy in the past week or two, so I've been somewhat disconnected from people as much as talking to people directly. But it's given me opportunity to fully set my place up, acquire new gemstones, acquire new knowledge. I have new knowledge I'm going to be teaching you guys soon. New knowledge on stuff I've been teaching before, but it's upgraded and updated like this video. So, apply this rule is, don't look back. Do not look back. So, there's some people in this world who will do nothing but look at, basically the past. They'll look at childhood pictures, they'll look at past vacations, and these people are a lot more consumed, and you might be one of them. It's okay. This video is not here to put you down, it's here to help you. And that person doesn't forge a new memory for themselves, so they'll be enveloped in the past to the point where they basically become the past. Like, they're just so wrapped up in the present moment with the past that their present moment is not even here, and they're pretty much a pillar of salt. Ooh, that's a very good example, because I say don't look back. In the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, when they're being destroyed, Lot's wife looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt. I apply the same thing with what you guys are doing. So, and there's a pillar of salt behind me. There's pillars of salt behind me. That's not a good example. No, I'm kidding. They're just pillars of salt, okay? So, when you guys are, and this could really help you guys with your goals too, so when it comes to looking back, if you're looking back at something that you're doing and you're not learning from just what went right for you, what went wrong for you, but if you're stuck on the past being not in your favor, then you'll be stuck. You'll be flat out stuck. You'll turn into a pillar of salt. So the concept is avoiding becoming that pillar of salt. Avoiding having your present moment, because salt represents banishment, so you don't want your present moment banished. You don't want your future vanished. So it's a really strange and tough concept for people to really understand and download, but you have to not look at yesterday unless it's to absorb some kind of knowledge. Unless that knowledge has worked for you, because if we look at something, and most people do that, most people will see something that just flat out does not work for them. It doesn't work, but they'll run with it because that's what they know and that's what they're comfortable with. You guys will be very successful when you get outside your comfort zone. I'm going to tell you guys from an angelologist perspective, which I'm going to be putting more angels back in the background of here. It's going to be really cool. But coming from an angelologist perspective, when we understand that we don't know everything, we benefit greatly. Greatly. So even I will think I know something sometimes, and then I'll ask my angels. I'll be like, hey, am I right about this? And sometimes they'll just be like, no, that's not right. Like, this is correct, but this is just flat out not correct. And that's before I teach you guys something. And I'm like, oh. So I take the information, and after talking with my angels, I'll be like, okay, I digest the information. It wasn't correct. I won't look at the information from the past again. I won't keep that with me and save it for the present, because that will be detrimental to my future of teaching. And then I'll go with what's correct. I'll go with what works. I'll go with what's right, even though I had a certain past with a certain set of experiences that I thought was correct versus it's actually incorrect. So the stuff I teach you is angel approved. So, but the thing is, it takes a lot. Sometimes it's a real kick in the stomach. I don't ever tell you guys that. Like, being an angelologist and a teacher is very easy. Sometimes it's a big kick in the gut, because something you've been going through with them, for a week or something, may not be what exactly you thought it was, even though you thought it was working. But when you ask your angels, and the thing is, you guys can hear your angels too. You guys ask them through intuition. If you can't hear them with your physical ears, your physical clairaudience, then you can hear them with telepathy. Telepathic communication is required for humans to communicate. You guys are communicating with them telepathically. So in your prayers, and even through signs, ask throughout the day, hey, can you please show me this, please? And most importantly, ask God for help to move closer to your angels, and your angels will help you. All of them will help you. Just be a good person, be open to it, and they're gonna help you. People are not perfect, but no human is. Now, and this is really important. This video topic I would like you guys to apply. Look at your relationships. It could be a friendship, it could be an actual relationship. Some people have a relationship even from past Valentine's Day, because people ask me for help. Like, I'm with my husband or wife for 30 years. We've had 38 years together, but the past 2 years have been HE double hockey sticks. And it's been hell on earth. But we have all these years together. Well, can you go back and then pull up 38 years again? Or the rest of the relationship again? Like, or are you going to look to the present, which is miserable, and let that be your future, which the element, we're going to stick with the example of salt. So you just banished your present and you banished your future. So the past didn't matter, but you're applying it to the present. Your present's become the past, and your future is becoming canceled. Pillar of salt. Look at that as an example. Pillar of salt as an example from Genesis. So what do you want to become beneficial to you? What do you want to invite? Because salt can be something that can attract blessings into your life and cleanse you, but if you're turning into salt versus utilizing salt, then it's not helping you. So look at situations in your life. Look through your camera roll. Look through your phone. Look through your messages. Who do you let come around you you might have the best memories with someone, but you've noticed they've fallen off recently. Like, they're not close to God anymore. They're doing bad things. The person is just, let's just say they've changed. They let bad people close to them. And you're like, well, I've known this person since high school, and that person from high school becomes the reason why you can't get ahead. So wake up and just look in the present moment. Your past doesn't matter. Whatever, and people will always use that. In arguments, when people have arguments, they're like, well, we've been together for this. Oh, you did this back then. Okay, back then is dead. It's dead. If that person became a better person, then the example doesn't apply. If they become a worse person, that example applies, but you haven't learned from it, so you haven't changed anything. So what's the point of bringing it up in the beginning, in the first place, okay? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. I don't know why in the beginning popped in my head, but Genesis. So your time is very valuable. Your time is money. Your time, you watching this video, it's going to be benefiting you in a way. Or if you're not in a place to learn, it won't. So your time is money. Your time is spiritual money. Your time is physical money. Everything in the spiritual realm is time. So we pay spiritual money with our time. When we meditate, we pay attention. We pay our guides energetically. There's nothing that does not have a payment in the physical world. You're paying with your energy, and in the 3D world, energy and money is same thing as well. So essentially, everything is an energy exchange. You can't not exchange energy unless you're dead, but then when you're dead, you're still exchanging energy. If you're exchanging energy with past versions of yourself, like, oh, and I see people like this in the gym. And I'll give you an example. Someone's like, well, I did and it's the kind of guy who walks up to people and he'll show people, this was me 28 years ago, or this, I don't know how long he said. I don't know. I don't remember the number. I just look at him and I actually said it. I'm like, you can do that again if you want. You're wasting your time by showing me this. I did say it like that. I'm like, I'm kind of blunt sometimes, guys. Blunt in a loving way, but in a way people haven't heard. So I'm like, I basically said, you're showing pictures, everyone, of a past version of yourself. You're wasting time when you could be doing that now. Like, you're still in the shape, but you're looking at a past version of yourself so much to the point where you're not working out anymore. And, by the way, for my blunt approaches, it really does help change people and helps people accelerate in life, but it's very harsh to hear the truth, and I can't sugarcoat the truth. I can't do it. The truth on this channel, on my YouTube, is sugar-free. So I told him basically, like, yeah, you're living in the past, It's killing your gains in the present, and you'll have nothing to show for it except for the picture on your phone that no one really cares about. And because, yeah, for people who are open to advice, I will give them advice, but I'm like, you can do that now. So he has been showing people the pictures less, and he has been working out a little bit more, and I've been seeing him more in the gym. And the reality is, I don't know how old he is now. He's in his 40s or 50s, but he can still do the competitions. He can still do the things that he did back then, but he's so busy looking at it that he was becoming a pillar of salt. Or if he fully took my advice, I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a second, but apply it to your future, and you'll become what you're focusing on. I always teach you guys, you become what you're looking at. So apply this video to anywhere. This is really, so some of my videos will be a repeat of past videos, but in different ways. It's because the message, it stays the same. The message, it's not changing. It's here to remind you guys that you're on the right track and you're doing good, but sometimes we forget certain things, or old habits do pop up. So let's just say 6 months ago, you watched a video on a topic similar to this, but you kind of forgot. You didn't know how to apply it. You applied it a little bit, but you kind of fell off, which humans will do that. It's very like man to do that, or a woman to do that. It's okay. It's part of humans in nature. It takes 31 days to forge any habit. Now, apply this to whatever situation you're facing. So, I would like you guys, and this video is going to end soon because it's getting a little long, but take a situation you have. Name something you would like to improve about yourself right now. Say it out loud. I can't hear you. Say it out loud. Okay, cool. Now you say, some of you might have said finances, or my family situation, my love life. Okay, those three. I'm just going to stick with those three. Your finances. The past version of your finances, and all of you guys knew the energies of abundance, it flips. So people who are the world's wealthiest people overnight, they'll go to having nothing. Like some of the billionaires who they'll be bragging about stuff, they'll be saying stuff against God, and then, or I'm not using any names, or millionaires will do that. Like they'll do that. They'll do really bad things, and they'll have this false abundance. And then there's people who, and I've talked to people like that too. They play a scratch off, and they've had a certain amount of money in their account, but they weren't really focused on it at all. Could have been something. Okay, for the people using my methods, I can't name you guys. Someone has played $1 scratch off, and they won much more than $1. I'm gonna keep that person's information private, but let's just say they won a lot more than that on $1 scratch off ticket. They won the maximum amount using my methods, which I teach on the shorts. But the point is, if you're so stuck on the past, oh well, this is like you're looking at what you're doing now, and then 5 minutes ago you just checked whatever your balance, and you know how fast your accounts can change. So if you are someone who plays stock or any kind of gambling or anything at all, you can have absolutely, and people are like, don't teach that, don't teach people who are gambling. Well, if you're gambling it from a place of light, then it's good. If it's from a place of darkness, then it's not good. That applies, okay? So what you're doing can flip. It could change in a second. So you could be at the top in a second or at the bottom in a second. Same thing. So with family, a lot of family problems occur because something happened a week ago. Maybe you were having, your family member was having a bad day. They came home with a dirty look on the face. You didn't like the dirty look. A week later, y'all are butting heads because one of you made a dirty look, and now you're butting heads, and the energy of God is in the home as heavily because you made a dirty look, and you don't even know why you're mad at each other now. Like, it's just the most foolish of things. The past is dead. The past, I'll give you an example. For people who are not of light and who watch this video, you're like, yeah, I wasted 20 minutes of my time learning about something, and it's and the light. You're trying to teach me good stuff. I don't know, learn the curses and the bad stuff. Okay, well, 19 minutes of your time is dead, or you apply it to your life, and whatever you've learned in the past 19 or 20 minutes from me teaching, you'll have all your time and energy back, and your blessings will pour in because you're able to apply this concept. Same thing with your love life. People are stuck on past versions of how they looked When people don't even realize the way you look right now is not about your physical appearance. Physical appearance means almost nothing sometimes. It does mean something, but if you have an energy to back what you look like, most people have that energy when they're young because they're young. They don't know, like, they just don't know any better. Versus if you're, and I've seen people, like I said in past videos, 70s, 80s, there's one person in the 90s, 90s, like a really, really, really high up there person, and he has some energy. It's like he's in the gym, and I'm like this person's rocking it. Like there's an attractive energy that just pulls people towards him. And I'm not talking about romantic attraction. I'm talking about mental attraction, because attraction is not just romantic. It's just an attraction of energy, because you can see people who are 90 years old being repulsive, which is like, get away from me. And like, well, I'm 90, I've been putting up with you people for 90 years. I don't have to deal with these kids anymore. But this person, he's in his 90s, and he's like, just like when he walks past someone, like he nods, like he'll have older women come up to him and like, and it's just, he has fun, and that's why the energy's there. It's because he's not living in, well, I'm 90 now and people won't find me, people don't want to be around me, etc. That's a thing. So, and you can apply this to your financial life, your family life, your love life, which starts as friends. So how attractive you are is based on how you perceive yourself. But if you perceive yourself, and I'm not even just talking about romantic love life, because love is in friendships too. Love is everywhere. There's different kinds of love, okay? When people say love, oh, well, your dog looks at you and your dog loves you. But most people don't have a concept of love anymore at all, especially in certain places like Miami. I'm not supposed to. You guys wonder why I don't name things in my videos. Like, Stone Man, can you please name one place? Like you always center yourself in telling Miami. And for people who know what I'm talking about, you know. Some people are just without love, but that comes from within. But most importantly, within comes from what God gives us. So focus on the future. Stop looking at the past. Don't turn yourself into a pillar of salt. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!